What if the only thing more dangerous than falling for a man who collects knives is realizing he's the only one who's ever sharpened your edges instead of trying to dull them? In Sweetly Unhinged, Kira Cole delivers a dark romantic comedy that weaponizes the meet-cute into a masterclass in mutual obsession, proving that sometimes the healthiest relationships are the ones society would diagnose as pathological. This isn't just another quirky romance with edgy aesthetics. It's a witty, emotionally intelligent exploration of neurodivergence, trauma bonding, and the terrifying liberation of finding someone whose brand of crazy fits perfectly against yours. From the first deadpan narration, listeners are welcomed into a world where love languages include stalking, consensual, and gift-giving involves evidence disposal, making every laugh land with a shiver and every moment of tenderness feel like rebellion. Perfect for fans of morally gray heroes and heroines who refuse to be sanitized, this audiobook serves up razor-sharp banter, unflinching emotional honesty, and a romance that feels less like fairy tale and more like forensic report written in heart-shaped ink. When forensic cleaner Violet Hayes accidentally witnesses her new neighbor, Silas Thorne, disposing of what looks suspiciously like a body, she expects fear, not to recognize the meticulous precision of someone who understands chaos as intimately as she does. But as their paths cross again through increasingly improbable and illegal circumstances, Violet realizes Silas isn't a threat, he's a mirror. Bound by shared secrets and social alienation, they navigate a dynamic where vulnerability is expressed through risk assessment and intimacy emerges from honoring each other's darkness without judgment. Cole masterfully avoids reducing mental health to punchline or violence to fetish. Instead, she crafts a relationship rooted in radical acceptance, where consent is negotiated in code words and love means never having to explain why you need the lights off during sex. The audiobook narration amplifies this tonal alchemy, capturing Violet's sardonic internal monologue and Silas's unnervingly calm delivery with vocal textures that make every morbid joke feel affectionate and every silent understanding feel sacred. You don't just hear their bond deepen, you feel the seismic shift of two outcasts learning to build a home in the space between normal and necessary. What elevates Sweetly Unhinged beyond typical dark rom-com fare is its nuanced portrayal of unhinged as authentic selfhood rather than performance. Violet isn't merely eccentric, she's surviving a world that pathologizes her processing style, challenging the notion that likability requires masking. Silas doesn't fix her through devotion, he creates space where her intensity is valued as strength, honoring her autonomy even as his own walls crumble. Their relationship evolves through acts of radical reciprocity, sharing safe words that double as inside jokes, setting boundaries that protect both privacy and passion, and defending each other from well-meaning outsiders who miss compatibility for codependency. Supporting characters add vital texture, friends whose loyalty tests social norms, co-workers whose gossip masks envy, even the city itself, rendered as both sanctuary and stage where private rituals become public declarations. Every interaction reinforces the novel's core truth. In a world built on performance, authenticity is the ultimate erodisiac. Even the comedic elements serve thematic depth, with absurdist situations mirroring emotional breakthroughs and punchlines marking milestones of mutual trust. For audiobook listeners, this production is pure auditory delight with bite. The narrator embodies Violet and Silas with remarkable distinction. Violet's voice carries bright intelligence laced with dawning desire, while Silas's low timbre trembles with suppressed emotion beneath disciplined restraint, making their chemistry palpable even during misunderstandings. Sound design enhances atmosphere without overwhelming intimacy. Distant sirens marking emotional transitions, rain against window panes during vulnerable confessions, the clink of glass syncing with heartbeats during quiet exchanges, all anchor romantic stakes in sensory reality. Pacing mirrors the rhythm of unconventional courtship, deliberate during moments of reflection and connection, then accelerating as external pressures force irreversible choices. Whether you're commuting through city chaos or unwinding in solitude, the audiobook creates a portable sanctuary where escapism and introspection coexist seamlessly. It's storytelling as embodied warmth, transforming passive listening into active participation in a love story that honors both mind and heart. Ultimately, Sweetly Unhinged redefines the dark rom-com by centering neurodivergent agency within romantic frameworks. It satisfies genre cravings for satisfying chemistry and happy endings, while delivering substantive commentary on masculinity, mental health, and the radical act of choosing authenticity over assimilation. No prior series knowledge is needed. It stands confidently as a complete emotional journey. If you've ever wondered whether love can thrive in uncertainty, or if true connection requires sharing the parts of yourself you've been told to hide, this audiobook will affirm that sometimes the most powerful stories are the ones we never meant to publish, but choose to share anyway. Press play, embrace the beautiful mess, and prepare to believe that even in spaces defined by routine, hearts still find ways to rewrite everything. Your next favorite rom-com isn't waiting in grand gestures. It's waiting in the brave, trembling choice to let someone read between your lines.